Federal health officials have arrived in New York over concerns that polio may be spreading. The virus has been found in multiple wastewater samples. Trinity Chavez reports from New York.
Health officials have issued an urgent call for unvaccinated children and adults to get inoculated against polio as soon as possible. They've found the virus in 7 different wastewater samples in 2 counties north of New York City. So far, only 1 person has tested positive for polio, an unvaccinated young adult in Rockland County who developed paralysis. It was the first U.S. case in nearly a decade. State officials believe it may just be the tip of the iceberg, that there may be hundreds of people who have been infected but have no symptoms yet. Dr. Frank Esper with the Cleveland Clinic says the unvaccinated are most at risk.
Polio is extremely infectious. It's very good about transmitting. And so by looking for it in the wastewater system, into the sewers, we can actually see whether or not there's a detection, not just in one particular household, but within a community.
Rockland County has been holding pop-up vaccine clinics in addition to its regular vaccine hours at health department locations ever since that case was diagnosed last month. The polio vaccination rate for 2-year-olds is 60.5% compared to the New York State average of 79.1%.
The take-home message is still very reassuring. Vaccines work, and they work very, very well. But if we have less and less coverage of the vaccines within our community or within our nation, we're going to see more and more of these types of infections.
New York health officials and the CDC confirmed the virus originated from the oral polio vaccine, a live vaccine used in other countries. The vaccine is no longer given in the U.S. Trinity Chavez, CBS News, Pomona, New York.
Meanwhile, the monkeypox outbreak is now a public health emergency in the U.S. That means the government will free up more money and other resources to increase testing, treatments, and vaccine production. The virus has infected more than 7,000 Americans in 48 states, but vaccines remain scarce. Vaccine clinics are popping up at LGBTQ centers as the White House confirms the urgency of the outbreak.
The reality is that vaccine supplies in our country are limited.
We are going to do everything that we can to end this outbreak.
The demand for monkeypox vaccines continues to skyrocket nationwide, with cases roughly doubling by the week in some states. At least 5 children now have the virus.